Hi guys, Chris Congreve here. I'm really excited to be coming back to the ALAKAZAM Academy in January. You're going to see some of the things that I've been working on for the last 12 months. There's card routines, there's mentalism routines using coins, and my personal favourite, there's a really cool diary effect that uses a regular pack of cards and an ungimmick diary. You can just fill it in yourself. Instant reset. So but there's some ungaff stuff in there using cards. There's stuff using gimmick cards. If you've enjoyed my previous academies, you're really going to love this. I think some really cool stuff in there. So can't wait to see you in January. And yeah, AlakazamMagicUK Academy, be there or don't.
Hi guys, and welcome to this week's AlakazamMagicUK Live. So the Chris Congreve Academy was actually postponed because Chris was ill, but a new date has been announced. If you have booked your ticket, you should have received an email yesterday. It's going to be Saturday, I believe it's the 11th of February at 4 p.m. GMT. So you can join us there. If you haven't got your ticket yet, go grab one. I believe they're still on offer. So go grab yourself one. Also, yeah, Tom Rolfe just put this. Hiya, Tom. Hi, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. So we sent out an email today. Not sure if you're aware, if you're an overseas customer with Alakazam, but Royal Mail has actually postponed all international shipments due to a cyber attack on their systems that happened a week or so ago. They said it was only going to be a few days, but it's starting to drag on. So the A team made the decision to upgrade everyone's foreign orders to courier at no extra charge for you. So we're going to be getting them out of the country and into your hands as soon as possible. And also, before we bring Wayne on, just want to say thank you to everyone for this incredible number up here. 80,278 followers on Facebook, and obviously you guys have helped with that number, so thank you very much. Let's bring in our co-host, Mr. Wayne Goodman.
Hello.
That was.
I like that co-host. I do like the co-host bit.
Yeah. There you go. You've sort of been promoted.
I have. That's great. I'm loving that.
So, how are you, Wayne? What have you been up to?
I've been busy. I've got a lecture coming up this week in Surrey. So, if anybody's in the Surrey area, then you drop me a PM and I can send you the address where it's going to be. But I'm going to be down there on Thursday night lecturing. So, my new lecture was kind of 90% done, and now I've got a few days to get it 100% done. So, who needs sleep?
The good thing is, though, this lecture you're doing, there's a lot of brand new material.
I think it's all brand new. I think it's all brand new material. I can't think of anything in there that's been done before. So yeah, I'm very excited to bring it to the club and to show people. And yeah, I'm very excited and I love it. I've got some great new tricks. I'm really excited about them.
Brilliant. And I just want to thank everyone as well who tuned in and watched the first episode of Deep Dive that went live on Sunday with the amazing Joel Dickinson. If you haven't seen it already, pop over to our YouTube channel and you can see it. It's my new YouTube show. It's going to be going live every Sunday in the morning, so it gives you some good Sunday viewing. And the idea of the deep dive is I'm going to be looking at a specific product. Hopefully we're going to have the creator on there as well to give them a bit of an interview. Last week, the first week was Joel Dickinson. Next week we've got Noel Quarter for the fall. That was a great interview. We've already got in the bag for the next few weeks. We got Noel Quarter, we got Matthew Wright, we got David Regal. Ooh. So there's some good shows coming up. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, and you'll be notified when we go live.
There's been a lot of positive chat on the Facebook pages and that about it. People are really enjoying it. So one episode in, it's already gone gold.
Yeah, it's not, and it's really fun to do. It's great to actually sit down and speak to the creator. One of the real interesting ones was David Regal, because obviously the deep dive is about focusing on a product. I think we spoke about a product for about 2 minutes. All the rest of it was just an interview with David Regal, and it was great. Really, really good. So you've got that to look forward to.
It's not every day you get to like a chat with David Regal, is it? To be honest.
No, that's it.
It might be for you. It might be for you because you're Peter Nardi, but you know.
Well,
for us
do you know what? Funnily enough, even though I feel I've met David Regal loads of times, we've never actually chatted on the phone or on video. It's always just been a chat on Facebook Messenger or something like that.
Wow.
But it's very weird, and we sort of mention this, or he mentions it on the interview. It's like, because there's so much video content around, you do now feel as if you know the people.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
He said, I'm always watching your YouTube videos. He said, I mostly see you more than I see my children. And that's the thing, you do sort of, it is as if you've met them. So when you see them, there's not that big shock anymore of, oh my God, it's David Regal, because you do sort of think you see them every day, or you see them every couple of days on the videos they put out. Tom asked if we will be having Mr. Petty Senior or Junior on the show. We certainly will. Those eagle-eyed viewers who are watching right now may notice something. I'm not going to point it out. Let's see who can notice it. But thank you very much.
It took me a second.
Yeah, let's see if anyone notices and puts it up there. And while we're waiting for that, we have got a few products come back into stock and a few new ones. And I want to play you a trailer. So talking about last week's deep dive, it was all about Joel Dickinson's Picture Consequences. So for those of you that don't know what that is, that haven't watched the deep dive, let's take a look at the trailer.
Hello, I think we're on.
That's really good.
Hello, I'm Joel, and I am here to tell you all about this Picture Consequences. On the back, I predicted the entire outcome ahead of time.
That's brilliant. How did you know?
To begin, you introduce the board for the game, and then you display a variety of different heads, bodies, and legs. And now you introduce the rules for the game. Your participant begins by selecting a head. They can even change their mind. Then they select the body, and finally, the legs. Your participant has created a unique piece of art from a large array of options, yet somehow the magician knew exactly what they would choose well ahead of time. This routine takes multiple outs to a whole new level. What do you want to change the legs for?
Go with the ballerina.
The ballerina legs.
Yeah.
Is there anything at all that you want to change?
No, I'll stick with that.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy
and
with
these
that.
are all your decisions and all of your choices?
Yeah.
Right? The truth is, this game never existed. This was actually just a little psychological test to see how you would do.
Right, okay.
Alright, it might seem a little bit strange, but do you remember I introduced the box right at the beginning?
Yeah.
What do you see here? Red, green, yellow. Look at the order you just picked. Red, green, and yellow. But check this out, just to prove that you have been influenced completely. Inside the box are 3 extra cards, and they match your choices.
No way. That's really good. Yeah, no, top notch.
I'm I know you're not going to tell us how it worked, but how does it work? That's fantastic.
Oh,
unbelievable.
There you go. You've just been influenced.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
That's brilliant, man. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you. I'll be thinking about that all night now. How that was done.
It's unique, it's engaging to everybody, including adults and children. It's colourful, and there is literally zero memory work.
Good.
Proving that you've just been influenced.
Brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
It's really good. I like that.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
lovely and colourful. It'd be great, like you say, for adults or children.
Yeah. That's what I like about it, is the colour. The
Yeah.
colour of it is just
Nice and visual.
definitely, yeah. But there you go.
Fantastic. Nice and very good. Very
you.
good.
Thank you for watching.
I like it.
So that's Picture Consequences. You can get it on our website now. And if you haven't watched the interview with Joel Dickinson about the effects, where he really does give you every piece of information he can about it. He demonstrates it on me. We talk about the effect and the method. It's a great trick. Great trick.
I love it. Really good.
Yeah.
Joel's a very clever young lad, isn't he? He worked with me out in Spain years ago. He was always great out there as well, always thinking of different ways of doing things, and yeah, he's fantastic.
And he is one of the happiest guys in Magic. Always smiling. Really, really nice guy.
He lives up near the Lake District, and he's got the best part of the country to live in.
Yeah. So guys, if you haven't watched this week's deep dive, go and do it now, and you'll be able to get the full lowdown on Picture Consequences. If you'd like one, we do have some in stock, so you can grab one. It looks like Sean Churchard has spotted our little thing. So
I've got a trick to do.
oh,
I have, yeah. We didn't plan it either.
Do it.
Because I didn't tell you about this, but yeah, I'll text it to you, and then if it's all right to do it, you can hold on. I'll text it out to you while we play another trailer or something.
Okay, thanks. Paul Morley says the Fall by Noel Quarter looks good. It certainly does, and we are taking pre-orders now. Anyone that pre-orders, most of your orders should go out on Friday, so you'll have them for release date on Monday. And while we're...
Noel's another clever one, isn't he? I mean, Noel's very good at taking normal everyday things and really change. So I remember he put out the with Alakazam as well. He put out the eye deck, which I've got here somewhere. So I was playing the other day, which is a fantastic.
Yeah, we're looking at re-releasing that with an updated sound module and various other bits.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that might be something that's coming out later on this year.
And taking an effect like the card through the window,
yeah,
you know, and making it without having to use somebody's window is a great idea.
Yeah, and the thing about Noel is I saw a version of that when he came in the shop 8 to 10 years ago. And the thing is, Noel, we go into this on the deep dive this week, but Noel's one of those guys, he is a performer, he's a full-time performer, and when he creates magic for him to perform. And it's only usually years later that they actually hit the market, because his intention is not to create stuff to release. That's not what he does. And that's sort of pretty much the same as me. That's why, you know, you don't see hundreds of Peter Nardi products coming out, because that's never my intention. I never create something to release. I create something because I want to do it. And it's only then, you know, I end up showing it to you, Mark Spellman, and some other people. And it's only when, you know, you guys turn around and go, oh, you should be releasing this, people are going to like it, that I decide to release it. Well, usually...
We only say that because we want to perform it as well.
Yeah, but usually I don't do that. I just create stuff and it just sits with me. Paul Morley said he still uses the iDeck. It is such a great effect.
I'm the same. I don't. 90% of the stuff I create is for my own performances.
Yeah.
You know, because I have an idea and I think, oh, that would be nice for my show, and I'm going to put that in there. And then when I've done it for however long, you go, well, I'm ready to ready to put that aside, move on to the next thing, and that's when you put it out.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, I think that's a good way. I mean, obviously not all creators are performers, but it's a good way to do it, because I know with your stuff, you come up with it and then you work it in your shows, and I think that's a very good way to break the material in and to see the little because when you create an idea, and I know this happens to me all the time, I create an idea and it works up here, and then I do it and I hit a stumbling block, and then I have to work it out, but without performing it, I'll never know I hit that stumbling block. And that's why sometimes it does take 2-3 years for an effect, or especially from us, to come out, because we do work it, we analyze it, we look at the routine, we find out where the magical moments should be, and we make sure they're emphasized. And it's a great process. It's a process that I really, really enjoy, that sort of side of it,
I do too.
So,
I like it with the books as well. I like writing the books. I hate editing them. But I love the writing side of it. I just love sitting at that computer, just type, put it all down, looking at it, what you create. It's like painting a picture. It starts off with a few splodges and it turns into this beautiful image, and it's just I do. The creative side of it is very rewarding and very very much a big part of who I am now, and I love it. I just love performing though. So I just constantly need more material. I do. I love it all. I'm just, if you cut me open, it's just magic all the way through. So.
Right, I've got a little video here. It's only a short one, and this is a brand new product that's coming, which is brilliant. The most visual oil and water I think I've ever seen. So this is a short, a YouTube short. Now, bearing in mind, when Harry puts up the short videos, they've got to be under a minute. So usually the presentation is pretty rushed. You might only see one phase of the routine or stuff like that. But this is it, and it is just so magical. Let's play it now.
Let's have a look.
Check out this puzzle. I've got 3 cards here with red backs, and they are ace, 2 and 3 of diamonds. Then I've got the jack, queen and king of spades, and they've all got blue backs, all right? And I'm going to mix them in with each other. So I'm going to take the black jack, place it there, take that 3, place it at the back, take out that king wherever you are there, and put you in between the ace and the 2. So now we're mixed. Red, black, red, black, red, black. And obviously if they're mixed on the front, of course they're mixed on the back, all right? Doesn't take a scientist to work that out. But with no funny moves, I'm just going to tip them over. You can see they're separated. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, they split. And now all the black cards join each other and all the red cards join each other. And of course, if they're like that on the back, they must be like that on the other side as well. Unbelievable.
Great.
Nice. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And that is only one phase of the routine, but it's such a head scratcher, when you see it. You can imagine the power that's going to have on a lay audience.
On a lay person, yeah, great.
And the great thing is it works brilliant live, and it will work great over Zoom or any sort of online performances as well. It's a brilliant effect. That is called, strangely, peanut butter and cheese. Don't ask me why. These are in stock now. Peanut butter and cheese in stock now, and it's a great little effect. Great little effect. We've also got a few things that have come back into stock as well, including the fantastic boombox, which is a brilliant switching device. Colour Sync by David Jonathan. Literally every time we get these in, they sell out so quick. So if you're interested in any one of these two, go grab them now. And there's another couple of trailers I'm going to play as well.
Before you do that, can I just quickly add as well, if you are looking on the website and you come across something that you want and it's out of stock, it will say out of stock on it, but there is a little notify me box next to it. Now, if you put your name and email or your email address into that notify me box, as soon as it comes back into stock, you will get notified that it's there, and you can pick one up. So that's the easiest. I get a lot of people on the chat saying, "Oh, can you let me know when they're back in stock?" And if I did that, I would have thousands of names with different products listed next to them. So the easiest way, fill in the notify me box, click it, it will remember you, and then as soon as we update the stock to say it's back in, you will get an email to say it's back in stock, and you can order it straight away.
Yeah, and the great thing about the back in stock section is obviously when an item comes back into stock, we usually send out a sales email and tell everyone. But if you fill in that box, you will be notified before the masses.
Yes.
So you'll be, if it's something you're really after, you basically get a VIP pass to get in and get it before anyone else.
Yeah.
Tom Rolfe said, any update concerning the last rise? Tom, the last rise has been caught in UK customs. It's here in the UK. It's been in UK customs since the 18th, I believe, of December. So we're hoping it's going to be moving soon. And we've only got 36 of them coming in. And I'm sure when the email goes out, they will all be gone. But hopefully any day now. Hopefully any day. But all we can do is wait.
Hopefully the post office and customs that gets all this cleared up pretty quickly. I know it's dragging on, but hopefully it's coming to the end of it now, and things will start moving again, because it's it has been a real pain, hasn't it? It's been a real.
Since November, it's just been, the Royal Mail has been terrible with all the strikes that are going on, and then that cyber attack, which obviously isn't their fault, but it's still not. It's not great. Dave asks, is there much difference between the Snow Deck and the Quantum Deck? Dave, there's tons of difference. They're completely different routines, for one thing, but the deck themselves, apart from being blank, the decks themselves are completely different. They're manufactured differently. The gimmicks involved are completely different. So yeah, they're two completely different things, and they are two completely different routines. So if you are stuck as to which one to buy, take a look at the routines and decide. Now I will say, you get more routines with the Quantum Deck because it's Craig Petty. Obviously you're getting, I don't know, 6 weeks of tuition or something. It's a Craig Petty effect, so you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. But the Snow Deck, equally good in its own way, but you get 2 or 3 different routines with that. But they are completely different animals. Completely.
I wonder if it'll be possible very soon. It must be getting close to it. Where if you took a Craig Petty effect and learned one a day. Like so let's say for instance the Mirage, how many Mirage coin
15.
decks, how many so there's 15 days, that's half a month there already, right? If you learn one routine a day, and then you get the cheeky, and then you add the next one and the next one and the coin thing and everything else, I wonder how far through the year you could get. You must be getting close to the end of the year, and with the ones you've got coming out, I reckon you could get past the 365.
Yeah, and it's not only that, it's not only the stuff that he's released, it's the stuff he's involved in. Like Boombox, they're Craig Petty routines as far as I'm aware, and Craig's on the video, the tutorial. The Pro Caps, same thing, Craig Petty routines on the tutorial. We've got
He's everywhere.
Walter McGurn said, thanks Wayne for your help on Sunday.
My pleasure.
We're always happy to help, and Wayne is sort of our live chat host, so if ever you've got a question or an issue or anything and you can't get through to us on the phone because it's out of hours or something, Wayne's usually sitting on his computer waiting for these questions to come in.
For the ping. I live for the ping. I will say though, the only things I can't do is I can't help you with amending or changing or ordering. You have to phone the shop if you want to amend your order or change it or cancel it or add something to it. I can't do that. But if you drop the message, if you can't get through, I can. Like the other day, we had a gentleman, he wanted to add an item to his order. Couldn't get through to the shop because the shop was shut. So I sent the shop an email and made sure they contacted him, and it was all sorted out. So yeah, come and say hello.
Good stuff. So should we play another trailer and then come back with your trick? Have you texted me yet?
I have. I've sent it over on Messenger.
Right. Let me have a look.
You know which one it is.
Let me have a little look. See.
Little goosey gander. I've just found £10 note. Why is that up there?
I dropped it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's got the Queen's on it. It must be yours.
Oh, yeah.
Wallet.
Okay, let's drop this and then we'll come back to you. Shall we?
Boom. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at this.
Take the card, turn it over.
Turn it over. What? I can't.
What the? What the f? I know, right? Are you kidding? Boombox by Andrew Niner takes an ordinary looking card box and turns it into a lethal weapon. This gimmick inspires so many routines and makes lots of magic that requires difficult switches or difficult sleight of hand possible. Not only does it make lots of effects possible, but it makes them way easier and way cleaner. I know you will come up with a ton of great routines. Well, all that's possible and a lot more with this gimmick. Guys, my name's Craig Petty and I'm proud to present to you Andrew Niner's Boombox.
So that's the boombox. They are back in stock.
I love it. I've got one. I think it's a great little prop. I think you did literally so much. I really like that routine he did on the trailer there, where they draw on that without looking on the card, and it matches what you've got. I think that's brilliant. I think that's amazing. Yeah, great.
Yeah, really good. Sean Mann said he left that 10 around yours the last time he was round. So.
Oh yeah, but he owed me 20, so that's all right. You can give me the rest of it later on, mate. That's fine. He's a funny guy. He is not as funny as Kanto, but he is a funny guy.
I think we're going to have a lot of people claiming that tenner.
Yeah, tough luck. It's gone now. It's in the wallet.
So, guys, there's a little sneak peek somewhere on this screen about our next live launch, which is happening at the end of February. And it's going to be a live launch combined, I believe, with an academy for anyone that purchases on the night.
That's a big clue, that is.
Yeah. And we will have a few sets at Blackpool. If you're going to Blackpool, make sure you come over to the stand because you'll be able to grab one there and get one before anyone else. But the official release is the end of February. And I will say that I have got one in my pocket. I have been working on a routine which I think incorporates a lovely selection or mixture of visual magic and what they perceive to be heavy sleight of hand, whereas there's no sleight of hand at all. So yeah, really excited for this one to come out. It was supposed to be out before Christmas, but the beautiful packaging, and it is beautiful, just arrived. So we couldn't get it out. Coco, you're going to do Magic Live this year. Me and Harry are hoping to be there, yes, with the Alakazam stand. So hopefully we'll be able to see a lot of you there if you're going Magic Live as well. But the first things first, Blackpool, you go grab your door. So first things first, we've got Blackpool, which is happening in a few weeks' time. If you're going, make sure you pop over to the AlakazamMagicUK stand and say hello and have a look what we have. We're going to have a lot of items on the AlakazamMagicUK stand that are not due out for a few months. So you'll be the first to get your hands on them. We've got at least one effect by Craig Petty, but I believe there's going to be 2 or 3. We've also got, we'll have Mirage coin set there, we'll have Hard Stretch there, and we've also got a couple of other effects that won't be released till sort of March, April, May, even June. So you'll be able to get your hands on them before anyone else. Let's see if Wayne's back. Give us a thumbs up. He is back. Here he is.
Sorry, my neighbour who lives over the road.
Have you got lunch again?
No.
Oh.
She needs help jumping in a car, jump starting the car. But I said I don't know how to do that. It's really embarrassing to admit. But I told her the easy thing to do, because I don't know the car, is just to Google it. So she's going to do that. But she's going to knock again if she needs me. But I've told her I'm on a show, so yeah, she should be all right. She's all right. She's got other people out there as well.
Sandy Wilson has asked a very good question, which is, will people who purchase Apparition at Blackpool get access to the Academy too, Peter? 100% they will. All you need to do is use your password for Apparition, and on launch night, just register the product in your AlakazamMagicUK account and you'll get access to the Academy as well. Okay.
Yeah, the little you'll notice there, because the little chat box will appear, and I'll be monitoring the chat that night. So if anybody's got any issues, just let me know, and I'll be able to help you out.
Cool. Okie dokes. Oh man, Tom said, looking forward to seeing you all at Blackpool. Contactless, etc. on my list for the AlakazamMagicUK stand. Contactless is something that we've got the wallets, we've got the other bits, we haven't got the packaging. So I'm not sure whether we'll have any there. If we have, they'll be without packaging. But that's the bane of my life at the moment is packaging. It's just taking so long to get through because we're going for this beautiful fancy stuff, but it just takes a bit longer. Here's a question, Wayne.
Yep.
What magic trick would you use for a blind person? I'm thinking sponge balls, maybe.
Sponge balls is a good one. There's a JJ who goes to Blackpool every year. He does a lot of magic with deaf and blind people, which is, literally, it's awe-inspiring to see his work. Because my brother's deaf, your brother's deaf as well, isn't he? Yeah. We know what it's like to be around people who have that sense, but without their vision as well. Yeah, I would say sponge balls is a good one. They can, because you put it into the hand, you tell them what you're doing. You tend to open their hand and count how many they've got, and now they've got 2, etc. They can get the sensation there. I'm just trying to think what else. That's a really good question. Anything that's it sounds ridiculous because a lot of what we do is non-visual. It's visual. I suppose there would be some mentalism ideas you could do if you get someone to think of an object and you can reveal what that object is, etc. I think sponge balls is probably the best bet, though. It's probably the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, that is a hard one. I personally never performed.
Well, I've done magic for blind people. But I did magic to a blind girl at a wedding. She was about 12. And I did sponge balls. I did the one in my hand, one in her hand. My one vanished, and I got her to count them in her hand. And she opened them and counted 2, and she was all very happy, and it was great. But that's the only thing I've ever done, really, in that element.
It's hard. It's hard, like how, because Wayne has said. Coin bend or a spoon bend. Now, both of those would work, but how, my question is, how would a blind person know that you're putting the same coin in their hand or the same fork in their hand? And that's a really interesting question. Guys, if you've got ideas, put them here. But remember, when we're thinking about this, the person has to be able to understand that the thing going in their hand is the non-bent item. You're not switching it. Because remember, they can't see you as well as seeing the prop or what's happening. So, yeah, Tom Rolfe, maybe coins across.
I was literally just about to say coins across would be a good one. Coins across would be a great one to do because, you know, you've got the noise of banging the coins together and then putting it into their hand, and then boom, now you've got 2 in your hand, count them, and they can check them themselves. Now you've got 3 in your hand, count them. That would be a good one.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, I would, with my open hand, I would have them touch the coin to count them and say, look, I'm going to close my hand around the coin. And you can hold on to my fist with your hand while I, you know, put my hand on theirs, and I say, look, just like that, you'll feel it land. If I open my hand, count with your finger. You know, there has to be that sort of commitment there.
Yeah, and sensory around that kind of element of what you're doing. If you, I mean, yeah, I think if we spent an hour, we could probably come up with a dozen really good tricks that you could do. But yeah, if anyone's got an idea.
Yeah, I think you could do a lot of tricks, but I think you would really have to study the trick to see how you can make it as magical as possible for the person. Yeah. I.e., you want to make sure that they, without a shadow of a doubt, they know you've got 3 coins in this hand before you close your fist. Then they have to really understand that your fist is closed all the time. You know, so I think there's a lot of tricks you could do, but I do think you would really have to examine them and cater for the audience you're performing to create the best magic for them. You know, no matter who they are. Yeah, I think that's a really interesting question, a really interesting topic as well. Yeah. That's got me thinking now.
It's got me thinking as well now.
So, I'll tell you what, we're going to have another trailer, then we're going to come back and you're going to show us a little trick.
Right, let's do this.
Okay, we're going to play trailer roulette. So, here we go. It's going to be one of these two. Here we go.
So I was doing some filming the other day when I got a message from Noel Qualter asking me if I could do a trailer.
Yo, Matt, can you do me a trailer?
What's it for, said I.
You remember David Blaine's The Castle Window?
Oh.
He's that, but for a walk around.
A walk around? Okay, send me the files.
Deal.
So look then, shall we?
Most magicians don't want to see the exact moment you're doing something sneaky, so they might use
not a window.
A table or a handkerchief or something like that. I'm going to show you the exact moment the magic's
pops
happening.
in the pocket. That's nice. So this walk around.
Corner's there for me for a moment.
Interesting.
Grab there for me for a moment. Perfect. Here's the idea.
And it's getting people
So
involved.
there's a magician called David Blaine who years ago did an amazing trick where he took a deck of cards and had somebody choose a playing card.
Playing relevance.
And he threw the deck of cards at the window, and the card that they chose fell through the window. We're going to try
right, that's definitely on top of the window.
Put your hands underneath. On the count of 3, 1, 2.
Whoa! Jesus. What the?
You did beautiful work. You can stand down. Thank you very much.
Hang on a minute. That went straight.
Nothing here.
It is incredible. Hang on a minute. Let me see that moment again.
2.
What the hell? Hang on a minute.
2.
That is the most. Right there.
3.
Wow.
Your card.
Let's have a look at some more. Wow.
No!
Okay.
What?
1, 2, and a card.
Your reaction is my face.
Oh. Oh, what the Okay.
Mate, you've got to send me one of these right now.
Yeah, alright, what's your address?
I don't mean post it. Get someone on a plane.
Alright, I'll send Tom.
Thanks, Tom. See you later.
Yo,
So what do you want to say on the video?
it's hyper visual.
That's true.
It's definitely very easy to do.
It is easy to do. I've just done it on the wife. It worked a treat.
There's handmade gimmicks,
What's the reset on it?
5 seconds max. You can do it on social media, but I love doing it live.
How would you describe it?
The ultimate walk around car through window.
Brilliant. I'll get that on the trailer. Done.
Okay.
It dropped! And I felt it drop. It fell through!
It's great. So that is Noel Quarters, the full, that is on pre-sale over on our site right now. The release date, I believe, is next Monday. But next Sunday on the deep dive, we've got Noel Quarter joining us for an interview about the full, where he explains more about it. Also, John, who asked the question, actually come up with a great solution. He put Scotch and soda, which is perfect because they fill both coins in their hand and then it's down to 1. So
Yep.
I think, yeah, anything like that, I think that's a very good shout. Very, very good.
Some sort of sensory reaction to it, I think is where you want to be going with that. You know, it's, you look at the problem they can't see, so it's got to be something they can feel, and there's your solution. But yeah, Scotch and soda is great.
Oh, what's the name of the trick? Someone said the name of the trick where the spectator closes their eyes, clasps their hands together, and you penetrate a ring onto their arm. That will be a good one. Do you remember the old, was it a coat hanger type?
Yeah, I
trick,
think so.
Yeah, that's another great one. Really good. So you've got a trick for us, Wayne.
I have.
I'm going to bring you up full screen.
Scary. Hello. I'll tilt the camera down because we're going to hear here. I can't remember the name of this. I've put the packaging in there.
What's mine is mine.
What's mine is mine. That's right. So I really like this. I had this come through the other day, and I had a Zoom birthday party for a 10-year-old boy, and this is how I opened the show, and it went down really, really well. It's a really lovely little trick. So I've got here some cards, and Peter, I want you to choose any one of these cards that you would like. Okay. So as I move them from one hand to the other, and you can choose the first one if you want, or the last one, it makes no difference. But as I move them from one hand to the other, just say stop whenever you like.
Okie dokes. That one.
This one here.
Yeah.
You want this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is yours.
Yes.
And then the rest are mine.
Yes.
Nice, isn't it? Okay, let's have a little look here. So you could have chosen any one of these.
Yeah.
Any single one. This is the one that you wanted, though. This is yours.
Yeah.
And these are mine.
Yeah.
But more than that, because if I show you, actually, this one is actually mine. You see, it says mine on it. And this is mine. You see, you can easily see which ones are mine. But I told you this one was yours. And you could have chosen any single one.
Yeah.
And I can show you that this one is yours. Right there.
Nice.
So what's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours.
Do you know what? I remember them in that at an IBM convention maybe about 20 years ago. And it's such a killer trick.
Oh, I love it. I think it's great. So, yeah, there we go. Little performance piece.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wayne Goodman.
I just found a hard drive as well.
Nice.
It's random. I found a tenner and a hard drive. I don't know what's going on here now. I really don't. Oh, actually, before here, I'll show you this quick. This is I've never done anything with it. During lockdown, I saw these in a charity shop just before lockdown, I should say, and I bought them. And I always wanted to build a Rocky Raccoon chair suspension.
And can you do it like that, do you think?
I think so, because I've got the Rocky Raccoon Zigzag Rocky, which I use in my kids show.
Yeah.
I've got the Zigzag Rocky, but yeah, I think I need to get a board for it. But they're perfect size for it. to do a chair suspension raccoon, hypnotise him, float him, take the chair away. I'm going to get on that. I'm going to put them in my little workspace, and I'm going to get on that. Ah, thank you very much, Coco.
You're getting a lot of love.
Oh, thank you very much. It is a great packet trick. It's a really, really good. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you. Yeah, it's a really good, really simple, really easy, very straightforward, easy to understand, easy for the spectator to follow. And I'm going to learn this one this afternoon by a certain legend.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice all the way.
I got his book last week. John came to see me, so we did a little bit of a swapsy with a few things. And I've got his book, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is an amazing book. The hardcover, Best of John Carey. What an amazing book! So if you're looking for something, if you're getting the train to Blackpool and you want to read something on the train, I would definitely recommend that. It's a brilliant book.
Yeah, John's a great creator. Right, we're running out of time. We've only got 10 minutes left. I have got another trailer to play, so I'm going to drop that right now, and then we'll be back. Right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. This is another item that's just come back into stock, and it's called Colour Sync by David.
Oh, nice.
But no, check this out. Look, guys, seriously, this is the exact order you placed all the cards in, right? I can't even look. You guys tell me.
Yes.
How'd she do?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Come on. Look, I'm not even gonna look. You guys tell me. How'd you do? Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Hey, you tell me. How'd you do?
Oh, what?
I'm David Jonathan, and this is Colour Sync. David Jonathan here with a test conditioned psychic color matching effect that is so clean, it's scary. They make all the decisions. We're gonna do something really fun. It's a game with colors, but more so, it's about intuition. So one of you is gonna be making some decisions. Who do you think generally makes the better decisions among you?
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be Renee. Cool, so here's how it works. I have 5 cards for you. These all have different colors on the back, as you can see. So take those, and I want you to see that I have a matching set, but they're white. But it's the same exact colors on the faces. So here's how it's gonna work. Just give your cards a mix however you like, so that you don't know the order that those colors are in, and I'll do the same here. All right? So mine are well mixed. Fantastic. So you have no clue what order your colors are in or mine.
Nope.
But here's where that intuition comes in. You have no idea what color's on the face of this card, but hand me any one of those cards that you think's gonna match. Are you sure? You can change your mind if you want.
Let's do it.
All right, locking it in. Next one, which one are you going to go with? That one right there? Perfect. What about this one? What do you think's going to... This right here? That was very confident in that one. Nice and quick. Now we're down to the last two.
Yeah.
So which one? Are you sure? Do you want to change your mind? Because this could change everything.
No, let's do it.
Lock it in.
Stay the
All right,
course.
drop that last one right on top. Are you confident? I mean, how are you feeling?
I feel great.
You feel great?
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out. Because look, I'm not going to do anything funny. This is the exact order that you put your cards in, right? Moment of truth. I can't even see. Oh my God, really? Wow. That is an absolute perfect match.
Wow.
Of everything.
That was really good.
You're right. She does make the best decisions. The cards are modern and beautiful, just like the method. It resets in seconds, and no matter what your skill level is, you'll be performing this in no time at all. Best of all, it does not need a table, it's done entirely in the hands, and it resets instantly right in front of your audience. Ask her!
Yo, that's so trippy.
I'm David Jonathan, and this is Color Sync.
And that's Colour Sync. That's now back in stock as well. We don't have many, so if you've been waiting for one, go grab one. It's really
Looks
good.
great. I like that it happens without a table. I like that it's in your hands, because if you're doing like walkabout, or if I'm like at a wedding and there are no table space, or there's no tables, if I'm doing walkabout, that's in the hands, really visual. I love it. Really, really good.
Yeah, it's really great. So, John, who asked that question, also said, do you agree the most important thing about doing magic is mostly talking? I think presentation.
Yeah. I think talking is important. Presentation. I don't necessarily say talking. If you look at Copperfield, early Copperfield, all of his stuff was done to music, and he still told a story.
Yeah.
I think it's all about the presentation. It's not necessarily talking, but it's about using.
But most of us, to be fair, most of us in our performing arena, we don't have, the ability, or not the ability. We don't have the situation where we could do the music thing. And I think there's a difference between doing magic casually and doing magic professionally. If you're booked to do a gig and you're approaching a group of people, your job is not just to show them a couple of tricks. Your job is to entertain them. So you will sort of engage with them. You'll speak to them for a bit. You'll, do the tricks, but you'll build the tricks. Remember as well, you might have 10 minutes to entertain these people. So you're going to do sort of 2 or 3 tricks, but you want to, this is something else I discuss actually on the David Regal lecture, interview, when we were chatting, is about examining the magic that you do. So make sure, and it sounds really stupid, but I bet if you were really to examine the magic you do, you would agree with me. When you do a trick, you should record yourself doing it, but actually presenting it. So even if there's no one there, record it as if there is someone there. Call them by their name, and actually perform it, turn when you would turn and everything else. Now watch it back. And you need to understand where the magical moments are within your routine. And usually it's very easy to look back and go, I don't think I built that bit up enough. And just by making a very small change, and it's not a change to the effect or anything else, maybe it's just something you say, maybe it's just allowing a little time for it to sink in. But it's amazing how sometimes making a tiny little change like that can really change the impact your magic has on your audience. It's really worth examining the tricks you're doing and making sure you understand what is magical about that trick. What is the magic moment? What should they be seeing happening, or hearing happening, or feeling happening?
Because if you do that as well, like for instance, my top change, for instance, I realised, if I tilt this down a little bit, I realised, so this is my top change here, so what am I changing? That's a rubbish change. Let me find 2 good cards. So if I'm changing, say, the 2 of hearts to the jack of clubs, so I'm here, and then it changes. Now, by recording it and watching it and doing it to people who I trusted and talking to people, I realised that I could just do that and have it change, which is fine. But actually, by bringing it up to here and then dropping it, I'm delaying the moment, and this is the moment that the card changes, and that's the moment the magic happens. And the main difference there is now the other pack is nowhere near this card. So when I change it, people say, "Oh my goodness, the other cards were nowhere near." You know, the card was on its own; it was just there, and then all of a sudden it changed to a completely different card. And it's that you only get that from watching it back 1,000 times and picking it apart and putting it back together again. To go back to what John said, though, I think talking is very important, and you have to think very carefully about what you're saying when you're talking, because just talking is no good. It has to be relevant, it has to be engaging, it has to be fun, it has to match what you're doing. So if you're doing a very scientific kind of trick, then it has to match what you're doing. If you're doing something that's a bit of fun, it shouldn't then be overcomplicated and convoluted. It should be nice and simple and straightforward. But I think, talking is our greatest weapon we have. It's great for misdirection. It's great for adding and creating emotion and everything else. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you're.
I just dropped my wallet. That's that tenner guy again.
And John also asked, are you showing tricks to their eye level? If you're working round tables, the more tricks you can do up here, the better, so everyone can see you. But you're usually standing up, they're usually sitting down. But it's nice, whenever you can do something a little bit higher up, is a little bit nicer.
That's where my top change came from.
Yeah.
My top change happens up here as opposed to down here.
Yeah.
Because if I'm stood up or they're sitting down and I'm stood up, they can,
And it was I don't know if it was Pat Page that once told me that, try and get, whenever you're at that moment, like you said, with your top change, you're here with the card. But if you look at the frame there, your face is in that frame. They're getting a look at you when you're doing it. That's why when they're on stage and they do a reveal, they don't hold the reveal down, it's up here. So the face is there, people get to remember you, remember what you look like. I think they're really interesting questions that's come through today, and a lot of them by John. So, guys, here's a question for next week's show. Have a little think about it as well. Do you script your magic? And if so, to what extent? Do you fully script it and follow your script word by word? Do you not script it at all? Or do you have a rough script in mind, and then as long as you follow your key points, you flow however you want to? So have a think about that this week, and it'll be great if you can give us some examples next week as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I'll do, what I do, and Wayne will tell you what he does.
There we go.
So Wayne, that sort of brings us to the end of this AlakazamMagicUK Live.
I can't believe it's an hour already. It's gone.
Yeah, an hour's gone already. It was an interesting one. Some good questions coming in, and it's the questions that make the lives, really.
I'm going to say again, I'm in Surrey on Thursday night. So if anybody is in the area, well, in fact, I'll bring it up. I'll find out where I'm going to be. It is
Surrey Society of Magicians, is it?
Yep, at the Nomad Theatre in East Horsley. So if anybody wants to come along, I think there'll be a small charge if you're not a member. Just a minimal fee for non-members. And if anybody needs the information of where it's going to be, I've got the postcode and everything else. There's a car park there. Very easy. The nearest train station even. I've even got that. I can't see that on there at the moment. Oh, here. Oh, it's Horsley. So it's Horsley train station. The nearest train station. It's nice and easy. So yeah, if anybody's around, it'd be great to see you. I'm going to be heading down early in the day. So yeah, it'd be cool to see if you're about and go for a cup of tea and have a little session beforehand as well.
Brilliant.
I have some things, some of my own effects that aren't even released yet. So I'm going to be doing them on the night. And yeah, so come along and learn some amazing new magic to put into your sets for this year. It's going to be good.
Brilliant.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Top stuff. So, guys, if you can make it down to Surrey on Thursday, go see Wayne. Also, if you haven't done so already, check out the deep dive, which is on our YouTube channel. And alternatively, if you look at the products, which is Picture Consequences, the deep dive is connected to the products as well. So I'll do that every week. With the deep dive, they'll be on YouTube, but I'll also connect them up to the product so they're easy to find. And yeah, that's about it for this week. I just want to say thank you very much for joining us. Remember, if you book Chris Congreve, the new date is February the 11th, which is a Saturday, and it's going to be happening a bit earlier than usual. It's going to be happening at 4 o'clock. And then hopefully on the Sunday, it will be in your accounts for you to watch back and download or do whatever you want.
Nice.
That
would be a good one. Chris Congreve's always got some commercial ideas and some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So, guys, we will see you next Tuesday. There's no more lives or anything this week, but we'll see you next Tuesday on the AlakazamMagicUK Live. And also this Sunday, join us for the deep dive where I'm joined by Noel Quarter, where we dissect The Fall, which has got everyone talking at the moment.
Yeah, it's very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it at Blackpool.
Cool. Right, guys, we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us and have a great week.
Have a good one.